Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin giving all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makaha Kodash, the one unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well. Peace and blessing to the sincere community elect. Alright, this is the brother Kwana from the James Camp in Trinidad, coming to do another edificational lesson unto the hopeful elect and unto the Lord's sheep. Alright, so this is the book of Sirach, chapter 8, also known as Ecclesiasticus. Sirach, chapter 8 and verse 1, it says, "Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands." And the reason why I brought this precept out is because Esau and his companions in that day of war, they think they could go and fight against the Most High. Alright? They really think they could fight against Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. They really think to themselves, because the Most High gave them the warning with the Tekel, the stone that they built in 2008. Alright? The Most High is a man of war. The scripture said, "Strive not with a mighty man." This is Acts chapter 7 and verse 49. It said, "Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or what is the place of my rest?" You understand? But the key point I really wanted to get to, the Lord said, "Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool." So things from beneath, alright, things from beneath the Most High, trying to lift up themselves. You understand? Trying to lift up themselves to fight against the man that created everything in this universe and the multiverses around the world or the globe, so wherever that we don't even know about. Alright? So this is Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3, and it reads, "Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a man of war. The Lord is his name." You understand? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a man of war. Alright? And the reason why this lesson stand, because these Edomites think they could really fight against the Most High. Alright? And if I could just get back this real quick. Sure. Right, so this is the United Space Force. The United Space Force. Alright? The United Space Force is the Space Warfare Service branch of the U.S. Armed Forces and is one of the 8 U.S. uniformed services. So they believe that they could fight against the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Headquarters, the Pentagon, are in Lincoln Country, Virginia. Alright? Well, so they say it founded in December. This is how many people assigned to it. Size 2,500 active duty, alright, personnel, and 13,590 assigned Airman 77 air spacecraft. So now let's go back into the scriptures, because the scripture talk about something where it said the war in heaven. This is Revelations chapter 12. Alright, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, which is who? Alright, Esau, Edom, that old serpent. The Most High talking about the serpent in Genesis. You understand? Genesis chapter 3, called the devil, because he's not a new man, alright? And Satan, which deceived the whole world. Right now that he's using this coronavirus, alright, to bring forth a mandatory vaccine. Alright? Where the news and these other people were saying that there's only 10% that the world was affected. So now they want to know why they're bringing a mandate vaccine or a mandatory vaccine. Is because he had to fulfill his lot. That's what the scripture said, and I want to share from the topic. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, And this verse 7 said, and there was a war in heaven. So that is the war. That is the reason why I know that they're having the space, the space army, thinking that they could go and fight against Yahweh Hashem El Shai. But you from beneath. You from beneath. Alright? You can't fight against the Most High, the one who created the heaven and the earth. You can't fight against him. How could you do that? Alright, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, and I will start from verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Because when World War III kick off, Yahweh Shai will be joining the scene. And when Yahweh Shai come on the scene, these nations going to come together. As I said in Psalms 83, they all confederated. They will put all things aside and come together to fight against the Most High. Alright? Well, Yahweh Shai, the Most High Son, he said to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had great himself a great mountain, which is a chariot, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereof the hills was greater, and I could not. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid. You understand? So don't feel Esau not afraid. Esau afraid. But yet still, alright, the scripture go on to say, and yet just, there was iffy fight. You understand? There was iffy, couldn't nobody, this man looking fierce, boy. Go and fight this man, boy. But it's just that the elites know the prophecies how to fulfill. And they are the ones who run in this world. So they're trying to create the armies to fight against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But as the scripture said in Acts 7 and verse 49, it said, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. We beneath the Lord. You understand? We beneath the Lord. As the scripture said, why is earth and ashes so proud? Alright? And reading on, you see, and lo, as he saw the violence of the going on, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flying breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So that the chariot, the chariot that Yahweh Shai was on. You understand? So the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said in his son, and Esau think they could fight against the Lord. This is the book of John chapter 8. That's why Yahweh Shai had to tell them this. You understand? John chapter 8 and verse 23. And he said unto them, ye are from beneath, I am from above. Ye are of this world, I am not of this world. Because he is the rulers of the world, of the worlds. You understand? And he coming to rule this world, and you all think you all could fight against him. You understand? That's the reason why he said in Isaiah 47 verse 3, he said, I shall not meet thee as a man. He ain't coming back like that. You understand? He coming to subdue all nations, even you Edomites. So don't feel all like get away. All the judgment is at hand. Tekel, you are found wanting. You are found wanting. So prepare yourself to be judged. You understand? That is just the prophecies fulfilling. Now just go back on the space aircraft. Just give the brothers for the edification, for the Akim, for the brotherhood. Alright, United States Space Force. So when that war in heaven take place, the Most High coming. Yahweh Shai coming. Yahweh Shai coming. Salakia. Yahweh Shai coming. He ain't gonna leave me here. So see them? See these folks? Yahweh Shai coming, don't worry. We're gonna have a great war in heaven. A great war. A great war. This is the commander-in-chief, Donald J. Trump. You understand? Donald J. Trump, commander-in-chief. And with that, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makaha Kodash, Double honors unto the apostles, and now as a great millstone, do me well. Peace and blessing to the saints, Yakim, may the elect. This is the brother corner from James, saying, Shalom.